Hello, my name is Susan Horsburgh. I'm one of the paediatric physios working in Lanarkshire. Today I'm going to show you some techniques to help children with dyskinetic or dystonic cerebral palsy. These children often feel very stiff, but when you start to move them, they have strong intermittent spasms. These spasms are painful and often the children lie very asymmetrically, which makes them have pain because of deformity of their joints. Often their back is pulled down on one side and that makes their hip pull across their body, and that makes them at risk of dislocating their hips. All of these things cause pain. The techniques I'm going to show you today will help to keep the child more symmetrical and help to relieve some of their pain. So I would start with her in her bed, and I've got a sliding sheet to move her around. Now I'm going to bring her over onto her left side so that the tight side is uppermost, and I'm taking my left hand to her hip and my right hand under her shoulder, and I'm lengthening, I'm pushing my arms in that direction to keep her as stretched out as possible. And then I'm waiting, and then release slowly. So it's not a quick thing, it's hold and release slowly. So stretch out slowly, keep it there, and then release slowly. And this will take about 5 minutes to really get this side as long as possible. So I'm going to really work on her hip now to try and get this more comfortable, in a better alignment so that she's more comfortable. And I'm using my right hand over her knee and my left hand under her bottom, and the stretch is over the front of her joint. So I'm stretching just rhythmically to let it ease out. My hand must be under her bottom. If it's under her back, you can see I'm just making her hip bend up and I'm not actually achieving anything. So my hand is under her bottom to really be specific over her hip joint. When she's up in and we're playing and looking around as a family, she could be over my knees. So to start with, her legs are hanging down, accommodating some of the spasms. As she relaxes in this position, I want to take my legs further out to really lengthen her tummy as much as possible and her hips as much as possible. And I'm taking her there, and then I might have to come back in again and then elongate again as she can tolerate it and get it easier for her to come out. Now I can play here. I could have a mirror for her to look at, or I can encourage her to get some turn of her body up to look at me. Now this is the tight side again, so I'm getting her to wait there and really stretch out on that side and her hip further. So this is difficult for her to do, and she can come round and look at me. I can also do this on a ball. Again, this is a nice position to start off with because you can see she's draped over the ball, and that's quite comfortable for her. And as she gets some length in her hips, I can bring her down and up into standing. You might need to have somebody pushing against her at the other side, and then have other members of the family that she can be standing and looking up at, and encouraging her to stand and see what's going on, or watch the telly playing in this position.